Hello and welcome to another episode of Suddenly Single. I have with me today the legendary actress, singer and entertainment who's had many chart hits, but her latest is called Never Lose Hope, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. Welcome, Anita Harris, and
Siobhan,
thank you for appearing on the show.
Oh, it's lovely to be here and see you.
I just wanna get out of here.
Heard a lot about you.
From Miss Annie Riley.
From Miss Annie Riley from
Yes.
the Not Forgotten
Yes.
Society. Yes.
Yes.
So we're all together in going forward with that particular
Yes, because
thing.
the Not Forgotten is Best Chosen Charity, and you do an awful lot for them as well, don't you?
Well, Mike and I were there probably at one of the start about 30 to 40 years ago, and with the Chelsea pensioners, and
Yes.
it's mainly obviously for military and the wonderful people that, bless their hearts, need the help now. So I think whatever, we in our business, we're very privileged to be allowed to get out there and meet a lot of people from different parts of the world and different worlds.
Yeah.
And that is one that you really feel that a connection is paramount to giving them a feeling that life is worth living, so...
Absolutely. I mean, it's 100 years old now, I think, and the patron is the Princess Royal, and it's to make
Yes.
sure our soldiers feel like they're never forgotten.
Exactly.
Which is important.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
mentally as well as physically,
Yes.
they suffer.
None of us can know what they go through.
No.
None of us.
No.
Nobody, unless you've actually been either on the front line. But there are also I did 12 CSE tours with Harry Seacombe in the 70s, the 60s
Harry
and 70s.
Seacombe.
God bless him. We were at the Palladium together for a summer season, and he and his family were just joyous to know. And then at the end of it, he said, "Nitty Harris, you're coming with me. We're going to Borneo, Kuching, we're going to Germany, we're going to Cyprus to entertain the troops." And doing that was just like opening up another world for me.
Well
And
done,
you get
Nitty.
well done, Nitty.
It's a
Brilliant.
wonderful charity, and
Yeah.
I think you've just explained it very well, that only a soldier can really understand what a soldier has suffered
Yes,
and what they've seen and what
yes,
they've gone through.
and that's why camaraderie, that closeness is there with them. Yeah,
But I wanted to talk to
sorry.
you about something else as well. It's another charity.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Alzheimer's Research Society
Association.
UK.
Yeah.
Alzheimer's Research.
So I put my
UK.
teeth in as well.
Yeah. I need to put my teeth back in. It's something that's close to both of us,
Yes,
and we
darling.
both know Scott Mitchell quite
Yes.
well, who lost
God
the
bless
lovely
Scott.
Barbara,
Yes.
who is a friend of yours, or was a friend of yours, a good friend of yours. You were both in Carry On Doctor together, weren't you?
Yes.
Film that makes lots of people laugh to this day.
Well, isn't it wonderful?
Yes.
The each generation seemed to pick up the Carry On films, which again is such a joy. But Barbara she was a real trooper. She was a real person. To work with her energy, and we'd have to get to Pinewood at 5:45 in the morning,
Wow.
into makeup at 6 a.m.
Wow.
She was there not only on time, she was standing next to the kettle in the makeup room. Cup of tea, Nitty was, and that's
Why
how
did
we
they
started.
call you Nitty?
Oh, it goes back to the 60s.
We'll
I
get
was
to
doing
the
Cinderella.
60s.
Okay,
We've got plenty
okay.
of stories about
But
those.
Nitty Natty Noo. Just a nice. I love it. It's.
Was it a saying, Nitty Natty Noo?
It was, but that.
What did it mean?
I.
Oh, okay, all right.
I have no idea.
Okay.
However, Nitty has just stuck with all my friends and my family, and So, but that's. I love nicknames. I'm one of
Okay.
those people that like nicknames. Some people don't, but I do, and I just think it's a sign of affection, to be honest.
So, I mean, everybody knows that we lost Barbara to Alzheimer's, and
Yes.
Scott continues to raise a lot of money.
Brilliantly.
And you are wearing a badge called For a Cure
Yeah.
because you also lost your husband,
Yes.
the amazing composer, Mike Margolis, to the same disease.
Yeah,
50
God bless
years
him.
and 1 week married.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that week was very precious.
Yeah. It was only
Yeah.
2 years ago, so
Yes.
it's quite fresh for you,
Yes,
isn't it?
darling. Yeah.
And because I told you earlier that I've just lost my mother who had the same
My condolences, Cynthia.
And did he remember you right to the end?
That was my joy, that he did, that his eyes lit up whenever I walked into the room, that he became positive, even how poorly he was. Really, it was about a 20-year cycle for us. He had a cancer in his eye and 27 radiotherapies, and I used to take him for each treatment. So that was like a five-year, 10-year cycle. Then it started with, Nitty, something's wrong. What's wrong with me? Can't remember what. And then because he had a wonderful sense of humour, he noticed that people were getting a little bit uncomfortable with him.
Oh, he noticed that?
Oh, yes. So he made jokes.
Okay.
And he wanted other people to feel comfortable. So it was a long journey of seeing somebody very aware that something was wrong, to forgetting where the car was parked, to the things we hear about all the time. Then he put stickers up all over the kitchen, all over the house, to remember where things were. And then, of course, it starts to get more serious. And but how lucky I was that our love and our connection was so strong that it wasn't until really the final couple of years, that we could still have laughter, even if he put some of my clothes on instead. There were silly things that happen, you know, because he would see something pretty.
Yeah.
And I've actually got a little thing that I wear when on tour when I'm in the dressing room, a little makeup thing, and I put it on because he put it on. I know it's stupid.
No, it's not. And
it's just I'm clinging on actually to the beautiful moments, because some of the moments are so terribly sad and really so painful to watch and be part of. Yeah.
I agree. And a story about my mum about, I don't know, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, she decided that I was 60. And my brother and my sister were really laughing at her. And she got very upset and she said, I know how old my oldest child is. And she wanted to throw me a party, and I let her. My brother was, he
wonderful.
said, why are you letting her? And I said, well, let's face it, Dan, by the time I am 60, how bad is she going to be? At least she'll be at this party. She was so proud all night. She kept saying, That's told lovely. You I knew how old my oldest child is.
That's lovely.
And
That's lovely.
We just let her do it. And all of my friends brought me birthday presents, and they were laughing. They were saying, don't think you're getting another one when you are 60.
I think you've just opened up something very important for people who have somebody in their lives that are going through this very step-by-step journey.
Yeah.
Is we start by fighting it.
Yes.
You
start by saying, you just told me that, or... you know, why do you keep repeating yourself?
Mm-hmm.
And then you realise there's no point.
Something is very sadly wrong.
Yeah.
And if you tend to go with it,
yes,
then there's something good that comes back from it, which is exactly what you did for your darling mum.
So my mum died last week, and you know, I had my 60th with her, which obviously I didn't.
Yes.
But you know, in her head she did, and I have all of those pictures of my.
Well, that's it. You have,
and it's a wonderful memory because I wouldn't have done. You know. So, yeah, I think one of the things to learn is that just go with it, as you say. So, nice memories about Mike Margolis. How did you meet him?
Okay. He was a bit of a doyen. He started, he was in advertising. And he was a creative director. And worked with big companies like J. Walter Thompson. He designed what is now gone, but the Benson and Hedges Gold Pack. He designed he was in the team that did the Esso Tiger adverts, and so he had his own career, really, really good. But he also he had a lot of lovely, very gorgeous model girlfriends as well, which I remember when I first met him, surrounded by these gorgeous creatures. But I actually auditioned for him. He and two mates had written a review, and the actual review didn't make anywhere, but the songs in it they felt would do well. So they got a recording studio, and I had to get the night sleeper from doing these 3 shows from Manchester down to Euston or King's Cross or whatever, go to get the tube to Rickmansworth to where they were doing this recording. I went in, and this face appeared above the desk of the machinery in there, recording thing, and I sang and I did a few things, and then I had to get back quickly, to get back up to do the early shows. So by the time I got on stage that night, he was up there. He'd driven all the way up to say, I think you need a manager.
Oh,
and
so
that's
he
how
offered
we
to be your
met.
manager.
And that's how we met.
Okay, but before you met the lovely Mike, you were talent spotted, weren't you?
Mm.
Have you got any anecdotes about Vegas?
Oh, Vegas.
Yes.
Oh, I know.
Yes,
you want
yes.
me to say I slept with Elvis Presley.
Well, you did tell me that. I was very hopeful. Now, is this or is this not true? Let's put this on the record that you have told me you slept with Elvis, and I wide-eyedly said, "Have you?"
No, I sadly didn't meet him, but I did meet Frank Sinatra. And had a lovely, only a few minutes, but golden, precious moments with him. Who, are you coming into our business? And are you a singer? And yes. Well, then you've got to work hard, and you've got to work hard on your breathing, which I've never forgotten. And then he wished me well, and we were just a few of us with him. But Vegas was, when I was there with Amy, it was literally just a desert with a few hotels, which were casinos with a theatre in them. Very, very new thing happening in the world. Mm-hmm. It was on the Strip. We didn't strip, but it was on the Strip.
You disappoint me.
I know. I just thought, why does she want me on this programme? Because I'm really boring, actually.
No, you're not.
But across the Strip was Mae West.
Oh,
right?
Wow.
And we did 3 shows a night.
Uh-huh.
Started at 7:30 and finished at 4:30 in the morning. Okay.
You had to be young, right?
Okay.
A lot of stamina.
And then some of us would go on a breakfast ride across the desert. It was literally a desert.
Yeah.
Okay. So we go and see the sun come up. Those memories again are so strong within me. Then go and have a chuck wagon breakfast. Never seen breakfast laid out like most hotels are now. But in those days they called it a chuck wagon. My God, every fruit and vegetable and things we hadn't really anyway. And then go to bed about 11 o'clock, maybe have a swim first, go to bed 11 o'clock in the morning and get up at 6 and start the whole thing all over again, to learning how that discipline at that young age, but also meeting. And so a little bit further up from Mae West was Vic Damone, beautiful singer with that mellifluous voice, a bit like Matt Monroe's voice, Mm-hmm. And then my first jazz that I heard with Louis Prima and Keely Smith, and then the wonderful Frank Sinatra. So when you're gifted to see that at such a young age, where do you go from there? I was in a bubble of youth, excitement. I wasn't such a good dancer as all the other girls. They were Elmhurst ballerinas, and so they put me in the middle because I didn't kick as high as the rest and things. I was very conscious of not being as good as the others. But I also was lucky enough that one of the musicians in the band heard me singing and then gave me some lessons. I had a few lessons at school, But gave me a little bit of courage, you know, which was important. When you're with 12 girls, all very talented, and working hard, you know, learning about tights that come up to here, you know, things. But also
You must
the
have
growing
been
up
quite
bit.
graceful though, because you were an ice skater before
Yes.
that. You're extremely modest, Anita.
No, I've never ever felt. I tell you, that's wrong. I had very wonderful parents that always gifted me with their love and their encouragement. That was paramount. And the same for my brothers. So we grew up in a very loving family, but very down to earth. And if you're going to do something, do it the best you can. That was, you know, ethos. However, in that environment, kind of put on a facade of trying to be more grown up than you really are inside, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm looking back an awful lot now trying to do my biography, but I think, how actually did I get by? How did I not succumb to a lot of things? I mean, in my book I talk about nearly being taken away on my journey over by a man because my passport wasn't right and everything and things. I think there's something in all of us, please God, that is a signal of be careful. And maybe I was too careful, but it's a question that will sustain me and be with me forever, I think.
When you say taken over, do you mean abducted or just seduced?
I was very nearly abducted, yes.
Really?
But that's a whole other story that is take far too long and is not for today.
Okay.
But I think you said faith comes into a great deal.
Yeah.
And also, I'm from another era where little girls should be seen and not heard. So suddenly I'm in this world of lights, music, men, musicians. It's coming at me.
Yeah.
And there's something that kind of says, hang on, be careful. So I had this thing going on in my head all the time of trying to find out who I was, really. It's odd, isn't it?
It is, but I know exactly what you're saying. I think it's a convent girl thing of, boys. And then also, I always feel like I've had an angel on my shoulder.
Ah, now you're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel the
very
same?
much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
That protects and
Yes.
watches
yes.
and,
yes.
everything ultimately be fine.
And I think my angel had to work overtime sometimes.
You didn't get upset.
Just a minute, Chuck.
Brought you back.
Yes.
You didn't go horribly wrong in the swinging 60s. And you married the lovely Mike.
I did.
But before you met the lovely Mike, one was single, Miss Harris.
In the 60s. Single in the 60s.
Come on, the swinging 60s. Can you tell me some stories about the 60s?
Well, of course, you're far too young to remember the King's
think
Road
so.
with the Rolling Stones running up and down and Pattie Boy in the pink Cadillac and everything. Because it was coming out of an era, it was so innovative and there was a freedom of spirit. And I had firstly a bed sitter in Bayswater.
And a sexual freedom, let's face it.
Yes.
In the 60s.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They were called the swinging for some
Swinging.
reason.
It was a great era because, of course, it was the style with Sassoon Vidal, dear Vidal, who did my hair for years, and Mary Quant. So the growth of vision and music, obviously, but there was a growth of something blossoming within people. my darling parents went through the war. And my brothers remembered the war better than I do. I was born in an air raid.
Were you?
I was born in yes. Another story. But anyway.
What bit of the country were you born in?
Right. My parents were Bristol and Bath.
Okay.
And when the sirens went off, because the air raid was going to happen, Daddy would take Mummy and my two brothers out into the countryside. Okay. I decided to arrive in a lovely little hamlet called Midsummer Norton in Somerset, right?
Yes.
Cottage Hospital was full.
Okay.
However, the midwife took my mum into her own house, and that's where I was born. And then when they did my This Is Your Life all those years later,
yes,
they found
I was
her.
going to get to
They
that.
found her.
They found the
Isn't
midwife.
that incredible?
Yes.
So this lovely lady, I was able to
Yes.
hug the lady that brought me into the world.
But the other thing is, not only were you an amazing singer, still are a great singer and about to release this wonderful new song, but you were an actress, weren't you? Mm-hmm. And two films that I particularly like, Carry On Doctor and Carry On Camel. Which was your particular favourite out of those two?
Both, because the Camel came first, and
Okay.
I was working with the wonderful Frankie Howard at the Prince of Wales Theatre.
Okay.
And the producers came in to talk to Frankie about his next Carry On, and then they came into my dressing room and said, "Would you like to be in a Carry On?" Well, what would you have said?
Oh, absolutely, I'm available.
Because they brought joy and they brought family humour. Yeah. I'd done a lot of pantomime, so the family audience was important to me. And that has sustained, which you said before, with the Carry-Ons, hasn't it?
Yes,
family
absolutely.
audience. So then, so I was actually filming somewhere else, doing a telly, and Mike had to drive me to the Sahara Desert. Right, well, it was filmed in the Sahara Desert, which happened to be Camber Sands in March. So we arrived at sort of 3 o'clock in the morning from doing a gig, and I was up literally. I was with Phil Silvers on a beach on the sand dunes, getting into this hardly skimpy, hardly anything clothes, the costume, which was beautiful, really, and talking to Phil Silvers, and again another sort of whirlwind of a happening, but again everything is a learning curve. I found everything that each learning curve has been so strong in my memory. These people I've worked with. And
I'm sure they felt the same about you, though, as well, because you were all, I mean, you and Barbara would have been quite young, and, you're working with people that all bring different things to the table. Like you said, Jim Dale did his own stunts.
Yes, brilliantly. He was brilliant.
Is that famous scene of him jumping on the trolley and heading down the hospital corridor?
Head first.
Yes, yeah.
And then he did it beautifully, and they said, one more take, and he had to do it all. But nothing fazed him. And of course he went on to do Barnum, with all.
Yes,
so,
yes.
And I spoke to him just before last Christmas, and he's in great form in America, doing wonderfully well.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
haven't I been lucky to work with all these people?
Well, they've been lucky to work with you.
Oh, you are so sweet.
They have been.
You are sweet.
So, if you don't mind me asking, you didn't have children. Is that a sadness?
Of course it is. Again, Mike and I, we had names. We had obviously Michelle for if it was a boy, and then Madeline. My second name is Madeline. I thought Madeline Margolis would be nice as a girl. Okay. 1976, I first became preggers, and 5 months, and I was doing a big show in near Coventry, outside, and miscarried. It was, and obviously tried again. So I lost 2 more. My body just wasn't carrying them.
Yeah.
I brazenly and bravely always say, well, nobody has everything, and it's true. Nobody does have everything.
It is absolutely true.
Yeah.
No one does have everything.
And when you're that young and we were busy, something wonderful takes over. But I remember, his eyes, and the sadness, and as we grew older together, it would have been so like he would have been a fab dad. He would have been strong and firm, but he was a black belt judo. He was good at cricket and everything else, and he would have been out there with them. So sadness is for days when we are on our own and we're reflecting, and we all get sad days, and I get very sad days. But if we don't look forward, and if we don't thank God for all of those incredibly wonderful days, then our lives have not been for the best, have they? Mummy said when Daddy died, God's given me life. I've got to use it.
Oh, that's a lovely saying.
Yes, yeah. And from that, I think we find a new world. It's a new world of realizing what wonderful friends we have, and enticing things are still out there that make you want to lift your shoulders up, make you want to do my singing exercises to get physical again, and because without that, then it's a very empty shell, and the bereavement thing, it gets too heavy.
Do you find you make a lot? How do you cope with that? Do you make an effort to make arrangements with girlfriends? Do you put a lot in the diary? Do you play golf? How do you fill that void of 50 years?
My void is not. I should have taken up golf, actually.
Well, I don't know.
We both tried. In fact, Mike did a hole-in-one and then said, well, that's it. On his first,
I'm too good.
First time out. Thank you very much. That's it. I find I am lucky. The phone hasn't stopped ringing, really, for me to do a lot of, obviously, is for charity, and lots of musical things. I'm working with the lovely Freddie Parrotface Davis on doing an audience with.
Oh, brilliant.
Right? We're going out next year with an awful lot of nice gigs to do. I've also written a Christmas song.
Do you want to talk
There's a
about
special
that?
kind of love at Christmas. So we're doing that. So keeping busy for me is my outlet.
So, but you've written a song that you're going to release. Well, I've heard it. People can listen to it on YouTube. It's called Never Lose Hope, isn't it? Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Never lose hope or be blinded by the light. Never lose love. It helps the world unite. It's because when he was poorly, my darling Mike, he'd say, never lose hope. Never lose hope. I'm going to get better. So I started writing it when he was still poorly and with me. But then when he went to heaven, I literally woke up one morning and it just poured out of me. All of the lyrics, just the song poured out of me. And so...
Do you have a deep faith?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Yeah, that helps, doesn't it?
Do you?
Yes.
Good.
Yes,
good.
Practicing Catholic, so I absolutely believe that.
I'm not a Catholic, but I went to Catholic convents.
Oh, did you?
So
yes, yeah, me too.
Corpus Christi every Friday.
I think it does help.
Oh,
it does. There's a comfort to it.
Some people say it's a crutch. Some people say it's unreal. If it's real to us, by golly, when we need it, it's there. Say my prayers every morning and every night.
Always say to people, if you're right and I'm wrong, I won't know. So it doesn't matter, does it?
That's
really?
Exactly it, darling. Yes.
And I think it's a beautiful song because we all hope that the future will be better. And if not for our own loved ones, then for other people, because this is a growing problem.
It is a growing problem. And I was listening to somebody recently. There's so many sad and terrible illnesses that, most people are aware of somebody they love. Mm-hmm. But until recently, Alzheimer's, dementia was very hard to talk about. It was a bit of a stigma about it in a way. and people got embarrassed. I think it's because the person changes. So it's a bit of misunderstanding. But if the more we talk about it, the easier it's going to become. But the more we talk about it, please God, I'm working with Alzheimer's Research UK, which is why I'm wearing, as you said. But all of the charities need help. And so I've given the song, Never Lose Hope, to donate anything and everything. It goes straight to the charity, because if it helps one person, then that's my gift back, really.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I know it's very early days because you only lost Mike in 2023. Would you ever be interested in having companionship with anyone else?
I am very full of my man. I treasure friendships, boys and girls, of everything, I do miss. Somebody said to me the other day, missing somebody that you do nothing with.
Oh, yes, I know that saying. I've got somebody to do something with, but it's nobody to do nothing with.
Exactly. Isn't it a lovely saying?
It is. It's that sitting at home.
It really sums up.
They're sitting at the kitchen table.
Yeah.
Right, it's just someone to do nothing with.
Yes. It's quite powerful, isn't it?
It is.
To answer, I can't answer your question because I don't know. I'm involved. He is so with me. He was so creative. I want his legacies. I'm working on 2 books that he started writing. We haven't finished. We haven't finished yet.
See, that's beautiful, and I can see your face light up every time that you talk about it.
Yeah.
So can I ask for some positive advice for people like me and a lot of people that tune into Suddenly Single? How did you make it work for 50 years? Because there must have been times when you got on each other's nerves,
Of course.
and there are many a time that you can walk out.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said quite openly on this show, I think being able to earn money, I walked out on my first marriage very quickly because I could. And do I regret that? No. But I do think when I look back, and I still am to some extent quite a hot-headed person, quite explosive. So what would be your advice to people to make it work for 50 years? I mean, honestly, that is a lifetime, isn't it?
It is a lifetime, but explosions are good,
You think they are?
Oh, we exploded. We exploded a lot.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yes. But,
Oh.
Out of it came the best hug in the world. And I don't know, he had such strong shoulders, and do you know something? I don't know how we made it work. We were not, from the outside, many people said, you don't really look that, right together. Lots of things were said.
What do they mean you don't look
I don't
right
know.
together? It's an odd one.
He wasn't very tall.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But he used to say he was before Ernie Wise. Mike had the first set of fat, hairy legs.
You were on Morecambe and Wise, weren't you?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, they're brilliant, those two, and wonderful.
So, Anita.
Yes.
I have a box on this show. It is
Yes.
called the Suddenly Single Honesty Box.
Yeah, I'm coming up.
How important is it to have a partner who is your best friend?
Totally. That's the magic of the connection of being with somebody forever.
Do you know what? I think you're probably right. I would say up until now, on its early days, I have not ever had a partner who was my best friend.
Oh.
No. My girlfriends have always been my best friends. And that's probably why it was never right. Probably, possibly.
Is anything ever perfect?
No, of course it's not perfect, but I think probably your partner should be your best friend if you think about it logically.
Well, wasn't I lucky?
You were, but it worked. You know.
Yeah, I count my blessings every moment. But it was, it was a good sparky relationship.
I'm good at a good row. I can row with myself.
Well, I'm doing that now too. Got nobody else to row with.
The voices in my head and me.
Yeah.
Often at war.
Yes, yeah. So what, next
So
one?
there's one more. Off you go.
I told you.
Is no, you haven't slept with Elvis, so please read
Please
the
read
question
this.
out. Have you ever slept with anybody famous?
Mum's the word.
Is that really all you're going to say?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I better behave like a lady and say the same. Mum's the word. And on that word,
Oh,
thank
darling.
you, Anita
It's
Harris,
lovely
for
to meet
coming in
you.
and doing Suddenly Single with me. It's
Thank
been
you.
a pleasure.
A great pleasure for me too,
Aw.
darling.
Coming, I'm coming.